Oh, hello everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of The War for Wildemount. We're totally as planned, and I hope you guys enjoy our game. Alright, let's get started. Hey, the music's already going this time, Sierra.
That's right. One in a
So,
row.
our heroes have been stranded in the Skeleton Isles, and it has kept them busy fighting off kobolds, panthers, and moving a wheel of a ship across the jungle almost. But as you all have successfully gotten rid of the kobolds and killed the goblin shaman and moved the wheel back to the Ishwood, you all have decided to continue your exploration throughout the jungle and find out more of what might be lurking within the depths. So, as Lesia, if I'm correct, you all led everybody and easily got everyone through. Making it to the point where there was no troubles getting in deeper of the jungle.
Especially that no trouble expedition led us to Hex.
You skipped through did you skip through so much stuff? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but we found the Hex.
We found him right away. But as soon as you found one of those humanoid creatures before you had discovered them to be a hag, it jumped into the trees before turning invisible, and you all had been hearing voices coming all around you, to which it had drove a few of your members mad. One of your members running off into the fog, subsequently unknowingly not knowing, or sorry, so just kind of like running out of the way, disappearing from everyone's sight as Lesia tried to stop her.
No one tried to. We both failed.
No, as well. But as the voices died down, what do you all do?
Okay, so are we in initiative now, or?
No, there's nothing happening. Everything has gone quiet for just a tad longer.
Okay. I want to kind of do the hearing and scent check to see if I can tell if there's any nearby again.
Go ahead.
15.
You begin to listen in, and you start concentrating on the trees around you. Everything's immensely quiet.
I don't like this.
These two are clinging on to me, I swear.
I would slaughter everyone.
Marcus, you need to calm down. You too, Amari.
I have a plan.
Edwin not direct them to fiat volunteers to a secret.
You have a plan.
I have a plan. We
The Lord is holding. Etemit, nobis
have a
David,
weapon.
nostra secret nos, diminitis,
Ted
libet
slowly
orbis,
turns
nostris,
towards Amari.
et
Mari!
nos, inducis, and
Grabs him by the collar.
Sorry.
Pulls
Ah!
him up.
What is it? Ah!
Mari.
Are they here?
Listen.
That is not a good idea.
Oh,
No.
It's a perfect idea. It
It is
a,
an
Yeah.
awful idea.
it's a weapon.
It is
Let's
not.
use it.
It is likely to kill us and join the Hex.
Stop
Exactly.
shaking, Amari. Come on, bring it forward.
Stop it! I don't want to!
I know
I'm
what you
scared,
meant.
Marcus!
Alright. He's gonna put a he's gonna put a hand on oh jeez. He jumps, puts a hand on Marcus's wrist. Alright, that is enough. It's not going to work, Marcus. I have insight into that thing. Will not happen. Sorry.
Bring it
Yeah.
forward.
Amari has like a terrified look in his face. No, I don't know what you mean. I can't just bring it forward whenever I want to. I don't even know how I got him out the first time.
That thing, weapon.
It is not a weapon. And then I'm gonna try to get Amari away from Marcus.
He's not even shooting.
Are you like grabbing onto him, making like
Trying
nobody
to
else
like
can take him
get
away?
Marcus's grip off, basically.
Okay. I guess I was kind of asking to Marcus. Are you holding him to the point where nobody else will be able to grab him, Marcus?
But he holds him a little bit and looks at Licia. Sorry. Deeply see if there's anything. If you feel anything.
Nahoan's hand
Amari-
is gonna like release from Marcus's wrist and pat Amari on the shoulder. Let us know, of course. We made a promise, remember?
I'm doing whatever I can to keep it buried. I don't want it to come out.
That is all. You'll take care of the rest. Rest of you, keep an eye out.
Enemy's coward.
Focus on that.
Amari is gonna like take a step behind or closer to like Darminicus. He's gonna like kind of like hide behind his shoulder a little bit. So Darminicus would just hear him like continue.
The enemy is watching us. He's what you need to watch.
I pat him a bit and I do a small smirk. Just I pat him a bit. Can we
Promise
just?
I will not abandon you. Stay here and fight by your side.
That is good. Person, know anything? Anything more?
I'm thinking.
Alright.
Okay.
Maybe if we move to Fog together, we
Yeah,
cannot
can
just stand here.
Can I do kind of a knowledge check to try to remember stuff about hags?
Yeah, go ahead and make a history check.
Okay.
And as you're pondering, you notice Ginger's face was in this kind of like state of terror, and then he kind of turns around. What's happened? Where's Trixie?
She's,
Ran off like a coward. She's deserting.
She ran? Why?
Yeah, run off with her. We'll have you court-martialed.
Why is it cold?
Ginger, just listen to me. All right. There's something here. It's messing with everyone. We just need to all stick together
Yes,
for
stay
the
with
time
us.
being.
We keep each other alive.
Alright, so I don't think I recall anything more with my 11.
You recall that they would use they would have items at times that they would give to people that they would claim their minions to then spread more stuff, but also to protect it. You remember it just to be that only.
They have items that they give to their minions to protect.
That they give.
Yes. I can't remember what they all are, but I remember that.
Give items to protect.
Bombs or something.
What's what does these things go? Mischief, chaos, just protection.
No, the items are to be protected. I don't know what they all do. Maybe that goblin was one of their minions?
Maybe is what I think.
What about the necklace? We
What
still
about the
have it,
staff?
right? The staff is broken.
Oh,
Hello,
What was that?
friends.
Shh. Show yourself.
Hello.
Marcus.
You all start beginning to hear the voice sounds familiar. And it sounds like it's coming from the fog.
Trixie! Trixie, you hear us?
Where are you?
Get her by the hair.
It could be a trap.
Yes. I think it's maybe.
Trixie, you come over here, and that's an order.
Trixie!
We cannot stay here. We solve nothing if we stay here.
What?
Help me. I hit my leg.
No one
Ginger
shakes it.
just looks around. Are we gonna help her?
I am not sure if it is her.
What do
Ginger.
you mean? It sounds exactly like her.
It does, but. No.
I'd like to get her.
Oh, Marshal.
Hurting.
I mean, a part of an army. What do you mean?
He was. No longer.
It's an
No,
expedition.
right. Yes, of course.
Can I have
Help
her?
me.
Which direction is the noise coming from?
Sounds like it's coming across the way from this one.
Alright, zoom
You
out.
zoom way out.
Did she get
Oh
away?
yeah.
She did not go that direction. Did she?
No, she went that way.
Hmm.
Out with your hands above your head. Drop your weapon. Surrender now. Truly hope.
I can't quite remember who had the. Was it Amari that has
Amari
the
picked up the
necklace?
pieces of the staff.
Yeah, did he pick up the necklace as well? Did he hang on to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it.
I thought the necklace was
Amari.
crushed. No.
Amari, do you have the necklace?
The one with the eye on it. Yes. I believe
I
so.
have it.
He's gonna pull it out of his satchel and hand it over to him.
Alright, I'm going to take my sword and start to stab it into the necklace to see if something happens.
You stab it and just it breaks. Nothing happens though.
Oh.
Well, worst case scenario.
What was the point of
But
that?
you see
Hold on.
movement start to come from the beyond the fog and in the waters. You start
Worst
to hear
case
water
scenario,
slushing
he did
around.
not want me to do that.
Hmm.
What was that for, though?
Like I said, items given to minions. If that goblin was a minion, that might have been it.
Sound like it's
Killed its minion.
perhaps.
Where am I hearing the noises coming from?
From
Same
the
direction.
water. Yes. And
Okay.
when you start to peer through it, you can see these barnacle encrusted and kind of like molted boned creatures that just walk out of the water with rusted scimitars that are kind of chipped along the edges and kind of slosh their way up slowly.
Toward us?
Time.
Yes.
Alright. Dagger still in my hand. I
Yes,
flip
they
it.
did not like that.
I would hope not.
I will say
Right.
you were close, but no cigar.
Shield wall. Show them no.
Alright.
And this is
Do I have
where
time to move for its initiative?
we will roll initiative, everyone.
Alrighty. Let's do this.
Slow
Oh
it.
boy.
This, I think, is something we can handle. Maybe. No. Fuck.
Rune. I get you.
Damn. Good at remembering.
Mr. goes first every time.
There's a reason.
It's handy.
Am I always the... Right, everyone, battle formation.
All right, did everybody roll?
I did.
Perfecto.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
As they
Ginger's
start. Oh yeah. Fuck. Frick.
and Trixie if they're relevant.
Archers and healers
Don't
in the
think so.
back. Fighters in front. Just
Darmanicus.
barking commands.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really hope
Starting
they
us off.
Right,
You
really
see them
quick.
crawl out, and you can see two of them hold out like old crossbows that just like have moss growing on the side, and some with other reeds and underwater.
Those
like
are the
kinda
ones that are
gunk on 'em.
marked. Right,
Yes.
the yellow mark are the ones with those
Yes.
crossbows. Okay, thank you. All right. Seeing them rising, he takes out his longbow, stares at he's assuming are these wicked creatures, and he's gonna take aim at his first attack on this one here, the one with the bow.
All right, go ahead.
All right. This one is gonna be with sharpshooter, and this will be with yes, with advantage because this is the first hit, first attack. Sorry.
Steady your aim.
You pull the bow back. It just like barely hits it, just passing through its right by its shoulder.
All right.
It does hit it?
It doesn't.
Oh.
Sorry. It just barely missed. Sorry, I
I
goofed.
yeah, I heard barely hits and I was like, oh my god. Oh, thank god.
I know.
Aw, okay.
Draw. I'll take a second attack at it as well. At the same target. This one.
Right, go ahead.
Wait. I rolled it. That's not 25. 12. That's me.
Okay, no worries. It sadly misses as it just passes right through the same spot that you were aiming.
Marcus looks at you. More shooting. Keep laying it down on them.
Oh. And those are terrible shots, but okay. And then he stands. I'll move a little closer to the tree.
You can get
Mm.
cover,
Yeah.
so you have partial cover
That
as you
was-
walk up behind the tree, getting at an angle. And as you run over there, the skeleton that you had shot at just releases its bolt directly at Amari.
Why they gotta pick on the wizard?
I will cast
Mm.
shield.
The bolt just breaks as soon as it gets near you on impact. Actually, no, it rolled in that one.
Shot his friend.
You see the skeleton like it trying to
Oh.
fire its crossbow, and then it goes over and it looks down and it launches, and then its head is just no longer there. It just falls over.
Jesus. I don't even need to roll or cast shield.
Killed itself?
Yeah, it rolled a bit of damage. It rolled the right amount of damage. I can't believe that actually happened.
You see the head just
Hold a
fly off.
freaking hold on that one. Okay. Wonderful skeletons. Get him. As this one walks out of the water, it just kind of hobbles its way towards you all. It's going to use its action to dash as it just keeps hobbling towards the center. They get close to you. It gets pretty close to you, Darminicus, as it just like almost trips a few times, but it just clacks its way over. Amari.
I'm gonna fire 3 scorching rays at that one right there behind that rock.
Do you know he's gonna shoot at you?
Yeah. Ow. Well, anyway, the 17 and 14, I guess.
17 and 14 hit.
Alrighty.
As it just
11
like
damage.
explodes its chest, but it leans up against the rock it's on, and it is barely up.
That's
It kind of
alright.
like folds the rest of its bones up to kind of aim at you.
That's my turn for that.
Let's yeah.
All right. I see this skeleton zombie thing coming up at us.
Actually, I'm gonna move here. Sorry.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
I run up to this and I stab at it with Nevermore.
Draw the sword and. Whew. Oh no, you already had it drawn, and you just run up. That hits, and that just right when you just slash right across it, it just splits it in half, and all the bones disassemble, and it just makes this ghastly cry.
All right, and that is my turn. Cause yeah, I'm gonna position myself.
Gonna walk up a little bit closer to the rest of the group. Kind of lift one of her hands, start muttering a little bit, and she's just gonna go, bless you. And she's cast bless on Darmicus, Amari, and Lesya.
Does that end your turn?
Yeah, for now.
All right. This guy appears, gonna start running up. He comes around the other side of you, Amari, the other side of the tree. And right when he pulls around, Ginger just turns over and blasts him with his shotgun.
Jeez.
And when he fires, poof, he misses, and it just like kind of like hits the shoulder a little bit, creating some dust off of the bones, but no impact. Nahum.
All right. So Nahun's kind of looking over the battlefield. Yeah, seeing this one, that just went right up to Amari. Nahun is, of course, going to be protective of his friend, flank the bastard, and I'm going to take a couple good stabs.
All right, go ahead.
That's with advantage. Sorry. Okay.
First attack, or yep, your attack just stabs right through it.
We're all terrible.
You can roll a sneak attack as well. 11 damage as you stab and gut through it, and it draws some of its old bones that just kind of crumple in, and it just falls off. You pull your dagger out, but it kind of turns its way around to you slowly.
I will draw my other dagger, and then I'll just, because of spite, I'll take another stab at it.
Like when you stab it, just like
-3, so that's 2 damage total.
You stab it through like the like kind of like the sternum, and it breaks, and then the rest of its head just kind of crumples off of its shoulder and falls backwards.
That was enough. All right. Kind of grins like.
Marcus.
Well done, men. Give them no space. Let them fight for each inch. And he draws his sword and just.
Okay. You rush down. You rush passing through some trees and everything, and the one skeleton is kind of like barely holding on, looking at you, and it releases a bolt straight at you.
You just hear Marcus roar all the way.
Does a 19 hit?
Yep.
It just, you bring your shield up right in time as it impacts on it. You just hear it just trying to reach and reload it. Dominicus, before you go, you start to see more figures appearing in the fog. And Marcus, you can hear right in front of you, it just kind of like the water start churning, and more creatures with globs of mold and seaweed and other kind of like underwater creatures just like start flopping out from them. You see a frog just like hop out of its eye and just roll out into the swamp, and it just kind of crawls towards you.
Reinforcements!
That is not the only thing you see as it steps out of the water. This creature that is just ghastly terrifying comes out right in front of the skeletons, and it just kind of coughs out water. And it has just this like weird, it has such a form that you have never seen before, as to just the most ghastly creature, as it has fins coming out of bits of its appendages, and kind of like its hands are webbed. It's part scale, and you can kind of see bits of like fishy scales just plop off of its face. With its like stringy hair, it looks over to you, and this one eye bigger than another.
Ugly.
Give me a moment. Hold on. How far are you? You're within 30 feet? Yep. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. Oh yeah, you're gonna love
possible?
this.
That's possible.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Man, shit.
We're going off early today.
You are now frightened.
I'm frightened.
The creature has put you in this frightened state now.
Don't be frightened. I'm
You are frightened.
Is that
I will
lore?
give you
Is that
this.
ability?
You can just see him like lower his shield, and he's looking at it, staring at it.
What's happening? I thought I get to pull it up for him.
Oh, we get the rules out now, so we don't do them later.
Yeah, it's just a
A
bad
frightened
time,
creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while its source of fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear as well. There you go. And as that one pops out,
Disadvantage on
Darminicus, Let me roll real quick the things.
Does it say that we're allowed to make saves at the end of our turns, etc.? Or
For frightened stage,
for this? Yeah.
the hags. The creature on a fail save, the creature is frightened for 1 minute. A creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of its turns with disadvantage if the hag is within line of sight, ending the effect on itself ending the effect on a success. If a creature's saving throw is successful for the effect, it cannot be horrified again. So it cannot
Awesome.
be feared again. Fear me once, can't get feared again.
You won.
Fear me twice, can't get fooled again.
Throw a bag over her head.
You just see him standing there with his weapon and shield at his body, just breathing heavily. A woman.
This is not a beautiful woman.
Is that how he's
It's
interpreting
a-
fear?
Darmenicus, you now
Alright.
see these creatures, or the more creatures pop out, and two more with crossbows just kind of like irk out of their cover.
Oh boy, that's a big fucker. And then with that, I'm gonna cast with a bonus action, Hunter's Mark on this one. I'm just gonna post it. Whatever.
All right,
Alright.
Hunter's Mark.
Then I will. Ooh, this is a tough call. Because I was blessed, right? I remember hearing it, but then
You were
my
blessed, yes.
all right, my self doubt was there. My self doubt was there.
Yeah, it was myself, Amari, and Dominicus, correct?
All right. So first strike, I'm gonna make with my bow, with a sharpshooter ability. And when am I supposed to roll the d4 after I rolled it, or
You can roll it after if you don't hit. But
Okay.
You're trying to shoot this guy or this one,
yeah,
the hag. It
Yeah.
hits.
okay, and then it'll
It's also
receive,
for every attack, not one per turn. Every attack.
Every attack.
okay.
Yeah.
Then I will. With that, I will also do the Hunter's Mark damage as well. So that includes an extra 5.
All right. The arrow just pierces straight in their shoulder. She just rings out.
Okay. And then I will.
Good shot.
Yeah, I will go again.
Alright.
This time, just a regular shot. This one. I'm gonna do the. Dang it.
Go ahead and roll the d4.
That's 2 for a total of 15.
That just hits.
Okay.
Not just hits, but that hits perfect.
It hits? Okay.
Yeah.
With that damage also which includes the Hunter's Mark, and then I'm going to add Colossus Slayer as well, along with that damage too.
Adding to that.
All right. So that's
Almost like I
5
planned who I wanted to bless this time.
and 1. Ah. All right.
Okay,
So
All right, the second arrow just goes straight in her gut. She grabs her stomach.
And then he sort of pulls back. It's like, I hope I did the right thing. And then that ends. That ends that turn.
She looks panicked as like she's bleeding heavily now. This skeleton over here by the tree kind of pops out of its cover real quick to go ahead and shoot at Nahon.
All right.
Does a 14 hit?
Nope. Just barely.
It hits the tree right by you, like almost like lined up directly towards your head. You just see it kind of crawl back into its cover. Amari, what do you do? Are you saying something? Am I lagging?
Oh, sorry, my bad. I was hitting the wrong push stop key. Amari's gonna step over here to the side, and he's gonna put his arms out in front of him, and speak the command word, Ignis Petras, and 6 stones are gonna start floating up in the air around him. They're gonna start like swirling around him in rapid succession before bursting in flame. I'm gonna cast Minute Meteors, and then as my bonus action, I can throw one. Actually, I can throw two. I can throw 2 on for when I first cast it. I'm going to throw 2 of them right here in the center of these 4 people. So they damage everybody in a 5-foot 5-foot radius, or cube, I guess. So everyone in that little square is going to take damage. So everybody makes a dexterity saving throw. And they'll take 2d6 fire damage if they fail, or half as much on a successful one.
All right, you see the hag just jump out of the way right in time. The rest of the skeletons are like, ah! And then the meteors just go.
So they take 13 points of damage.
A little bit. All right.
Let me add the spell save DC.
It's halved when they fail, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So 13 damage at full, and then half is 6. Yeah.
You see the hag just like hit crumpled when the explosion hits. Poof, poof. The shrapnel just goes around to the rocks, and it crumples the skeletons right where they stand. But
nice.
The hag is still up.
It's all right with me. And Amari is then gonna just shit, and he's gonna curl back behind the tree.
All right, Lesia.
All right. Lesia is going to dash up to this hag.
You now have to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
As you walk up to her, she just looks at you with this like horrid look.
19.
Problem.
Oh yeah, you pass. She looks at you, just like it looks terrifying and ugly, but you just have the feeling more to kill it than anything.
I've seen worse. Alright, and let's see, do I want to do anything with my bonus action? No. I'll hold on to that for now. That's my turn.
All right. The hag right before, right as you look at it, the hag glares over at you, Marcus. You stare into its eyes. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Once again.
Oh, okay.
You can feel darkness like pulsate through your eyes. It just woo, 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 and it covers for a moment, but then you shake it off, and you kind of felt your body wanting to drop right in front of you, but you withheld it. You just stare back into it, and it just kind of like just and just makes this angry glare and swipes its claws across Lesia. It is going to try to hit you. Does a 22 hit?
Yes, it does.
She slashes across your leg for 10 damage.
Okay.
That'll end her turn.
Ugh.
Mayette.
So seeing everyone rushing ahead, she's gonna kind of walk forward, 30 feet. Far away is that? I gotta look. I'm going to cast. Let's cast Ascending Flame at this one over here. Mouse, please work. The one north of the hag, with the yellow dot on it.
Okay.
My mouse is not working. Sorry.
Descending flame or what is it?
Ascending Flame.
Oh, okay.
Gotta make a dexterity save.
You see it just like it rolls a 5, and you see the flame just it flies over and just arcs towards it. As like the purple flame just like hits it. What is it? How much damage does it do?
11.
Oh. As the flame just hits it, it just bursts in the purple flame, and you just hear this. It just like singes and hits the water. Steam just starts eking off, kind of creating more fog. What is going on?
Just keep moving.
Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Just keep moving.
It's like,
That's
damn,
what Marcus hears in his head right
Fuck
now.
over.
really good at throwing their voice. That was impressive.
Just keep moving. Just keep moving.
That's gonna be it for now.
Damn.
Gonna save the big stuff. Closer, really.
All right. Okey doke. Nahone. Nahone? Oh, Nahone?
He is muted.
Ew, I was muted. Oh my.
Oh
Yeah.
my, it is your turn, because all these
Oh,
skeletons
no.
keep dying. Goodness.
Love it.
Useless.
Yeah, so as Nahon kind of like looks down the hill at the hag and Lesia rushing right towards it, that grin is gonna kind of fade away, and he's gonna glare down at it. And Nahon, so there's a lot of fog here. It's pretty dark as it is. It's also nighttime, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So there's a lot of darkness around. So what Nahon is gonna do is he's gonna just kind of look away to the hag, look to Amari, kind of like give this lazy 2-finger salute, turn away, and jump right off the edge of the hill into the fog. And there's no splash, as I am going to take a few good steps forward, and then I am going to use Shadow Leap. Let me just, should I post that?
Oh, it's fine. You just
Alrighty, cool.
blink
I
right.
am right behind the hag. I assume that's the point where I make my saving throw.
Yes. Right
I'm
when you
gonna-
get near it.
I'm gonna be right over that skeleton, by the way, so I get flanking. Lesia. Alright, wisdom saving throw.
You see this terrifying creature just kind of like look at you, but its effects have no use on you. Not yet as it is.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna lunge right out of the lunge right out of the fog right behind it, and I'm just going to stab it right in the back of the throat. Try to sever its
ahead.
spine. Since I'm with Lesia, I have advantage. That'll stab her. And that'll stab her too.
Nice.
You come in and you just start stabbing rapidly. How do you want to do this?
Alright. So, yeah, as Nahon just kind of like gives that salute to Amari, leaps right out into the fog. He seems to almost like you lose sight of him, he seems to melt away into it. He just like a monster of his own, he just lunges right out of the fog, grabs the hag by the mouth, and then just takes the dagger and draws it across her throat, savagely. And like that look in his eyes, that kind of glare is now this grin. And of course his eyes are now pitch black as he stares right down at the hag as he digs the dagger in, then looks up to Leslie as he lets go.
As soon as you draw the blade out and it drops, you just hear kind of echoing out throughout the jungle.
Fun, isn't it?
I think the others will be coming now.
Is that not the point? And Nahon will just race behind Lesia because I'm no tank.
All right. Ginger's just gonna walk over to kind of nearby Amari, reload his shotgun. Marcus.
Yeah, as Marcus came out of the fence, yeah, saw how Ag just slashes Lacey across the leg, and he's like, still like his body's still. Then he saw Nahun just here behind her, cutting her. When he, instead of staring at Ag, he drops her.
The effects go away as well.
Yeah, but when the hag dropped, he was just staring at Nahun's eyes now. Back and forth to Lesia and Nahun. Standing where he is. That's a good job.
Thank you.
Already in action.
Okay.
He's really shaken.
The skeleton is gonna turn her over and shoot at Mayette. Does a 16 hit?
No, sir.
The bolt just goes and whizzes right over your head. As that happens, you guys hear just more bubbling coming from the waters. And then poof, it leaps out and just kind of like this angry fury.
Well.
And as that one ekes out, you hear trees ruffling nearby, Amari, and then a splash of water. And you can see more figures kind of like silhouetted, but it is hard to gleam out. Give me a second. You see more skeletons just start bursting out of the waters and right in front of you, Lesia, Marcus, and Nahon. And let me roll this really quick. Sorry, guys. All right. Dominicus. Well, but before that, the three of you, Nahon, Lesia, and Marcus, you guys have to roll wisdom saving throws. As the horde creature came out of the waters. Marcus. You sadly feel the same fear just like rise within you once more as it
Can't-
just appears again.
Can't be frightened again, right? Once he's
Oh
already
no,
frightened.
you're
That's a
right.
different one.
Well,
Or is
this is a different
by a
creature.
different one?
Oh,
I think that counts for it because it's a different creature. It has a different like effect
okay.
almost.
They look the same.
Or is it the same because it's technically the same spell? You know, no. I allow it. Your mind is now resistant to what is happening, and once you see it, you were a little terrified, but now you kind of grip your blade, and the feeling of fear just washes over, or beyond, or I guess away. Sorry, not over because it's on you. Washes away. The rest, the two of you, were not affected. Nice.
Thank God.
Fear passes over me and through me.
All right, Dominicus.
Okay. I too would notice the groupings that are up here, right?
Since it's really really dark and we haven't counted it right now
Mhm.
but you guys are those of you who can't use dark vision, can't see right now, will have disadvantage on attacks.
Right. Because I know you mentioned Amari like sensing a presence there, so that's why I was just wondering.
He just
All right.
kind of knows, and Ginger would kind of know. And when you look over, you can kind of see something, but you don't know exactly what is over there.
All right.
Let's say that. You just know things are there.
So he'd focus on hoping that what he can see, and so with that he would. Let me look at the field. He's gonna take his first shot at this one here.
All right, go for it.
All right. Make sure my numbers are correct. All right.
You raise your bow up. It just like it would kind of reach around its cover, and right when it's about to release a bolt, it just you hit its chest, and it goes just like explodes into a bunch of pieces. Nice. Oh wait, it's a disadvantage. It's a disadvantage. You have to.
All right.
Because it's dark. Remember, you just can
Right.
see figures.
Let me roll that one more time.
Reroll. Don't worry. Sorry, I should have informed you again, but that's still.
But it
Goddamn it!
Doesn't
Goddamn!
matter.
do
Fate wishes you to explode his chest anyway with great fashion.
yeah, I'm gonna mark this one right here. All right. And then I'll take. I was gonna make a second shot at Oh, I have the wrong thing selected. At this target here.
All right. Go ahead. Disadvantage.
Right.
Draw your bow back and poof, fire in the dark. Damn, that still hits as it just like pierces its chest and it like kind of rolls back into cover.
And I'll stand my ground here and hold my place here.
All right. Amari.
Okay. I am going to sling. I'm gonna look over here.
Remember, you don't know what is over there. You just see figures.
Okay, I'm gonna look over there and just see like the shapes, and I'll say, Fortuna, don't remain the case. I think there's enemies coming into the left as well.
Oh,
I'm gonna come over here onto the other side of him, and I'm going to like swirl my hands around above my head and just sling 2 more rocks over the top of Lesia, and make them explode right on top of this guy, so they'll damage that dude, him, and the hag.
Okay.
So
Go
2 more
ahead.
rocks.
Let's see.
So that'll be 16 damage if they fail to save. If they don't, it's 8. Or if they do, it's 8.
They both failed.
Nice.
And the
16
rock
damage.
just pierced them. Nice. Okay.
Skeleton's still up, or are they dead?
It is. You were trying to hit those 2 as well, correct?
That's
They
in
are
a
also-
5 foot. It damages everything in a 5 foot radius, and I centered it on him. So it damaged
Yeah,
that one,
They failed
the
as
hag,
well.
and her. Okay. Cool.
They just explode.
Artillery coming in.
Told you.
Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Alright, I give a very toothy grin at the hag, walk right up to her, and attempt to stab her a few times.
All right, go ahead.
Wow.
That slices and goes across her chest.
And that one. Damn.
You reach up your blade and it like she grabs your arm for a second and you pull it out. You pull your wrist free just in time before you were disarmed.
That one, but it's
That
still a
one.
13.
Yeah, because it's because of guidance. I'd have to say you won't drop it.
That's good. Yeah.
Awesome.
You
Alright.
sliced
I
it the
still
first time.
hurt it pretty bad. Yeah. First blood close to me. And that's my turn.
Okay. Okay. Since you started your turn now, right in it again, you have to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay.
That's how it works. I forgot. We should get it. No, it didn't. It didn't. It didn't affect it last time. You just passed. It's giving you a +4 every time. What is going on?
I am lucky. And it hasn't always been a +4 earlier. I've gotten like 2s and stuff, so it's not broken. It's just luck. The luck is still with me.
Man, that's crazy. All right. Mayet. Oh, wait, sorry. Did that end your turn? Listen.
Yeah, that was the end of my turn.
All right. Mayet.
Well, seeing as how everyone's kind of spread out a little bit, and that we're still getting surrounded by more things, she's gonna drop the bless. Just kind of like reach out, look around. Her hands are gonna begin glowing, and like a very large circle is going to appear around her. It's gonna be purple and black colored, and she's gonna cast Beacon of Hope. It's gonna hit everyone but Lesia because she's out of range.
I thought it was a spirit bomb.
You're not taking my energy.
I need it.
Oh,
Sorry. I'm very sorry.
So you had advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws. Wow.
That's
And
Nice.
you gain
Amazing.
maximum
I
healing.
needed that.
That is amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. As long as you stay within 30 feet of me.
I'm gonna hug you.
If you click on your token, and hit that little gear thing, you can set an aura for 30 feet, and it should show
Oh,
up.
I need to do that. Alright, hang on.
All you do is click your character token and then
No.
hit the gear.
Here.
I think it's how
hey.
it works. I've never actually used it before, but
Yeah. Cool.
yeah.
That's it.
Let's see.
I think it'll only show up for them.
Oh yeah,
well, I have-
no, it only shows up for you.
It
But
shows
that's
up
okay,
for
'cause
me
you
as
can-
well. I can
Okay,
see
well,
it.
then you'll be
Oh.
able to know. Yeah,
That's odd. Yeah, I wonder why.
that's cool. So now you can see.
I think there's a way to make it visible to everybody, but I don't know how.
I thought there
Yeah, you
was.
You might have to like check a little box. It's like a tiny little fine print. Like
Maybe
Nope,
Oh,
I have
well.
a square.
it's fine
anyways.
because you guys can see it and say and know. So
Yep. Poor Ginger and poor Alicia. Everyone else is fine.
No, you're just within 30. Just barely. He's at exactly 30.
I
So
wonder if it's doing it.
Amari, Darminicus, you guys were looking to the side by you to kind of see what would happen. You look and you see now that one of the figures has just disappeared. And when it did, it just all of a sudden reappears right behind Ginger and claws his back.
Amari is going to look over just in time and say, "Ginger, look out!" And he's going to kick some dirt in his direction, and a warning shield will go up in front of him or behind him where he's about to get hit
Ooh.
at second level. So I'll wait for the damage before I roll them.
It was 16 damage.
Okay, protege intibis. 10 damage taken away. He feels a little bit of it.
He just gets clawed a little bit right when he kind of dips out of the way. Looks over at the hag and it just looks over back towards you, Amari.
Mark kind of locks eyes with the hag, and he's like, just gives her like a half crooked smile.
That will end her turn.
I think it's possible my dex might be higher than the hag and Ginger, so if it matters. Maybe I can go first.
Alright, so the skeleton's gonna go ahead and run.
You could be wrong. They don't have a 16 dex, yeah?
No, they don't. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
It's not that big of a deal.
Alrighty.
Alright. He's gonna swing at him as well. He slashes through his gut. Do you try to block it, Amari?
I can't. I've already used my reaction.
He just gets like he kind of runs away and then turns around, kind of like getting stabbed at the same time as he turns into the skeleton. And Ginger starts bleeding pretty bad now. And this one is going to go ahead and move right behind Alessia and is going to swing at her. Yeah.
Alright.
These hags forgot how to cast spells. It's a good thing.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, that's not.
As the skeleton just slashes across your back, Alessia, it hits you for 9 points of damage.
Alrighty. Okay.
That ends its turn. Nahum.
Alright, so I will I will run right past the zombie if it wants to take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, well.
That's big.
Hmm.
30 feet
Oh.
from me.
Does an 18
Oh yeah.
hit?
18? Yes. Also, did I need to make a wisdom save for the hag? At the start of my turn?
Oh, yes. At the start of your
Hmm.
turn, you have to make a wisdom saving
It is
throw.
with
That is the first thing you should do.
yes indeed. It
And then
is
you are
at
moving
advantage.
away from you're moving away from which creature again? I thought it was
There's
I don't think
the
there's anything
zombie.
near you.
But,
You
I
walked
went.
past this one.
I was here
okay.
and just went right past this
Sorry.
buddy. Yeah, no problem.
Pardon me. Yes.
Sitting right on the other side of Lesia.
And when you walk in, the horrid, putrid sight, you just are able to pass through. You get slashed right across the back. Does an 18 hits, correct?
And 18 does hit, yes.
It's slashed for 7 points of damage.
I'll take that. I will
And once
take
you're
that,
there-
and then once I'm there, I will lunge back and try to stab my dagger right into the hag.
All right, go ahead. That hits. You
Pulling
stab
my
her in the
sneak attack.
side, and she just kind of grin, like snarls.
I will kind of like smirk, sheath my other dagger, and then I'll aim my wrist crossbow at the zombo over here that is still alive. Is it taking full cover behind the tree? Or?
It's taking partial cover,
Alright, I could
so it has
probably hit that.
it's a little bit.
Actually, no, it's a
Not
bonus.
too
I highly doubt I'll even kill it. So, yeah, never mind. I'll just
It
stab
was
her.
hit before.
It was hit before, but I'd only be dealing a D4. I don't think I'll be able to
Okay.
kill it. So, I'll just stab her again. What the fuck?
Oh,
I guess
all the
I guess that's why I don't use my sneak attack immediately.
Still, damage.
Yeah.
you keep stabbing her, and she just looks over. She starts to bleed even more and more, but she's still up.
25. I'm gonna no. Leslie needs me. I'm gonna stay here.
Do I though?
Probably not, but it's good to have advantage.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hell yeah, we're gonna have fist bumps after this. All right, my turn's done.
All right. Okay, so it's gonna look over, and it's gonna I changed the page. I didn't wish to. Now I have to find it again. Hold on. Oh man, hold on. Okay. Sorry, it's taking a second. I've flipped through a little list.
No worries.
It's going to go ahead and pull its hands back to its sides. You start hearing this crackle of energy. It just blasts it right in front of her, right in front of Lesia. She's actually gonna step aside right here. And she's gonna arc it. So, Marcus and Lesia, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
And I think the skeleton gets hit by friendly fire.
It does. Yes, ma'am.
11. Oh, my luck has finally run out.
I'm more called friendly
Oh, wait, I
thunder,
had
but
advantage.
Oh, no, that's
Nah.
for
Oh
wisdom.
no, that's for wisdom.
This is
wisdom
dex.
save,
It's a
not dex.
Well,
Oh,
it's
boy.
a 3, I guess. Jesus.
I'm
Awesome.
taking all the
Cool.
bad rolls so you guys can roll. I got you guys.
Alright, this
The
is gonna
service
hurt.
is appreciated.
Okay. So, the both
I'm
of
down.
you, the lightning just arcs and hits both of you. And you see, all of you see it, and it brightens up the sky and like the area around you all for this bright moment, for like almost like a flare, but it just lasts just for a second or two. As Lesia falls, Marcus, you take full 39 points of damage. Lesia takes full 39, and so does this poor skeleton. It just gets blown up in the end.
Ow.
Can I spend just a second to call out? Up to you.
I think not because
Call
I
out?
just-
Yeah. You can call out real quick if you wanted to say something.
Yeah, so as like the lights are fading from one's eyes from just being like just his eyes blasted with thunder, he just kind of like staggers back. His eyes kind of settle on like Leslie just falling to the ground. Shit. Mayette! That's it.
You hear Nahon's voice as Ginger's shotgun just rings out from behind you. Well, he's gonna shoot at the blasted hag. And he rolled a 9. Rolls great damage. Rolls terrible attacks. As the skeleton kind of grabs his shoulder, like just barely gets her out of the line of sight and poof, misses. Marcus, you see Lesia just fall right in front of you.
when he saw that, like his eyes just rage. Lunging at the
Alright. That hits as you slash right across her chest. You come in with another attack. You come up and from an upward strike, and she like grabs your arm and kind of blocks it off as your blade just hits the water.
gonna use an action surge.
All right, you expend your action surge to pick it up. And as that happens, what else do you do? No. This guy's gonna shoot a bolt at Darmenicus. Does a 21 hit?
Yes, it does.
You look over and it hits your shoulder for 12 damage. Mayette, you're gonna feel another bolt kind of whiz on by. Does a 20 hit?
Oh, it does.
It just hits your leg, kind of right above your knee, and it hits and it pierces straight for 10 points of damage.
You gotta make a Constitution save.
Yeah.
10.
Just barely.
Still up.
Just barely.
Ooh. Ooh. And as you all just sit there preparing, you hear water just bubbling around more. More creatures pop out of the water.
Fucking dude, we're fighting a battle right now. Maybe Marcus was right. That crazy
I
son of a
told
bitch.
Most of these skeletons, they look like pirates as well, as they're kind of like dressed in this kind of like
I gotta give it to him, man. He called
awful
it.
garb.
He called everything. He was like, they're gonna be undead. It's gonna be an army. We're gonna need to make battle plans. He was right.
God damn it.
Man, oh man. He's gonna be talking about this shit for months.
He's gonna be insufferable.
What did I say? What did I say?
You didn't listen.
Artist. It's just the island, you know, and well,
We had the advantage, and we threw it.
just
Stop doing that. Stop drawing. Don't draw arrows. Don't draw arrows as if you're gauging the range of something.
All right, Darminicus.
That was me. I was just trying to figure out if.
Oh, thank God. I saw red and I thought it was...
Yeah. That was, I'm the brother.
Scared him.
They're
That was
both
me.
red. Just different
Sorry.
shades.
I was just trying to figure out whether Leslie was still in Beacon of Hope's range.
I have never been in Beacon and Hope's range since it was cast.
Oof. Well,
Is Lucy unconscious right now?
Yes.
Yes. I am.
What? Did she just bitch slap you or did she cast a spell?
She
I was-
cast
Lightning
I
bolt.
was thinking.
Lightning bolt.
Ah, damn.
I got hit
That's a
for
comment.
39 damage in one go because I failed the save.
Sorry, dude.
Mm.
Just go ahead, man.
No worries, no worries. Seeing.
It didn't sound genuine at all, though. I just want to say.
seeing Ginger in trouble and remembering all the things that they've done, he's gonna take out his scimitar, and he's gonna move himself to get up sort of behind the hag here. And I'm going to I'm gonna attack with my I'm sorry, not scimitar, a cutlass. I got a cutlass. So I got bow in one hand and cutlass in the other. So I'm gonna attack with the cutlass.
All right, go ahead, strike. As the creature just kind of looks around you for a moment.
Making sure everything's fine.
You slash right at its back and it just like cries out in pain.
And then I'll do my second attack again with the cutlass.
Alright,
I haven't
go
done
ahead.
a lot of melee before. Hopefully this hits.
That hits.
And
You slash across again.
then at the same time, I'm going to apply the Colossus Slayer to the damage as well,
Go ahead.
which should be 6 extra
Cool. All right. You slash across again, and she just really gives you this kind of evil glare now. She has all focus on you now.
Loves you.
Does that end your turn?
Yes. Yeah. I'll hold my spot here.
All right. This one right by this tree pops over and kind of crawls out of cover and shoots it in the hone.
All right.
Does the 17 hit?
17 does it.
As it just barely hits. It hits your leg for 5 damage. Oh, on the damage, rolled a 1.
I'll take that. I feel like worse is coming.
It's a prelude.
And as you get the bolt, you feel this blade just kind of move right behind you as well. Rolled a 12, though, as you just kind of like, right when you hear it, like about to hit your head, you duck. And you just hear the... Amari.
Well, I still have 2 of those things, but I don't really know where to put them. Let's see. I will take my last 2 meteors and I will throw them down. Man, I don't know. It's tough. I'm gonna try to clear out some of this space, so I'm gonna throw them right here. So it'll hit that one. And, well, no, it'll hit my home too. Shit. Okay, I'll throw them down here, so it'll hit that skeleton and the one that's behind the tree.
Okay.
That'll be the end of that spell. Shit. Oh wait, I rolled the wrong thing. They don't have a fucking. I don't attack them. 13 damage. 6 if they pass.
They both failed. As they just explode.
And the spell ends. Artillery strikes coming in. And then I will move over here towards the tree. That's my turn.
All right. Let's go.
Death save.
Make a death save.
That
Wait,
one.
don't
Second
you
that one
lie.
while death save. Also, second time I've died and had to make a death save. Or gone down and had to make a death save. Wow. All right.
Hmm.
You see,
Well, I
like,
have an idea.
you see Marcus like trying to shield you with his body.
Guess what time it is?
What? What time is it?
I remember what happened last time I went to do death saves.
Oh, man. This is crazy.
Gosh, it's unbelievable.
I have a plan, but I can't speak of it right now.
Oh,
You can-
boy.
You can lock it on, by the way. Lock it onto the grid if you want to. That'll help.
Walk over towards Lestia, far as she can get. And have to do it this way. I'm gonna shoot 3 holy missiles at Lestia.
Now, does the thing work if I'm not in the original effect?
It moved with me.
It moves.
Yeah, it
with me.
moves with her. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so what's the max on those? It's 4, right?
Let me-
I think it's 4 plus 1, right?
I think so.
So
Yeah, it's
3d4
4, yeah.
plus 3, which would be
So 7 each, so 21.
Right. Lucia, you feel you right when you open your eyes, it kind of you open yourself, or you open your eyes to this feeling of feathers all around you. Once you get up, it felt like there's a bunch of black feathers that just kind of scattered off of your body and then drifted off into the space. And Maya, you were the only one to see all those feathers just kind of like gliding off of her when she was brought back up.
She's gonna drop. Additionally, she's gonna just kind of drop her hands, kind of stare at the hag. Start slowly kind of twirling her fingers, drawing runes all over, and she's just gonna cast Path to the Grave on the hag.
hell yeah. All right.
Wasn't the things in action?
Oh, it was just hell.
What?
Oh shit! I can't do that, can I? Because that's
Yeah.
too active.
Yeah.
Damn it! Never mind.
Mm.
Ah,
Alright,
Oh,
That's all right.
Hey,
Go,
Doesn't
man!
matter
We're
if I'm
ruin the good shit.
why
Yeah,
not
pretty
all of the
Alive.
She is up. She's up.
That's it.
All right. This hag looks over at the two of you, and give me a second. You, Dominicus, you just see the hag just disappear. It just went invisible right before your eyes. No. Amari, you see it just reappear right behind you and just slash across your chest.
Sick. I will cast Shield this time. Which raises my AC to 16. Or 17, sorry.
18 hit.
What are you? What?
18? Does an 18 hit?
Yeah, an 18 is just over that.
She slashes across your chest,
uh,
and it 14 points of damage. Once she goes invisible, you guys would have the ability to find her, but it would take a perception stuff, and she becomes out invisible as soon as she attacks and such. But if she does, she gets to hit you with sneak attack.
Oh, she has sneak attack too?
Yes, she does. Because it does an extra 11 points of damage. So in total, 25.
Alright. D&D.
The skeleton's gonna attack Ginger. And it stabs him in the chest and he grabs onto the blade. He pulls it out. You can see Ginger just like kind of coughing out blood from his mouth now.
That fucking hag ripped through my temporary hit points and into my health.
This one's gonna run over. Make some room. Oh, not that. Guy's gonna run behind Marcus and he's gonna swing at him.
Yeah, good.
Does a 21 hit?
Yes.
shit.
It's right in between your shoulder blades. For 10 points of damage.
How many? 10?
And yes. And let's see, when you get back up, the skeleton just like slashes down at you. All right. 7 points of damage. Nice, yeah, because your thing. When it stabs down on the ground, is it 12? 12 doesn't hit, right?
No.
Yeah, you
That
just
was within
move
range.
out.
Wow.
You like just moved your legs right out of the way as it just hits the ground and it looks at you. This one's gonna start running over. Let me count that. Hold on. Yeah, that gets there. And the skeleton's gonna slash right behind you. Yet. Oh, and that one as it just brings its blade across, and you just, and you pat its arm, and it just like knocks it off. And it just looks at its arm, and just as it just like collapsed on the ground, and it's like trying to grab it again. This guy's gonna go ahead and shoot at you, Darmanicus.
I should be at top of initiative again. Top of all the ridiculous amount of 10s we have.
Oh yeah, I'll let you go right after this guy.
That's okay.
As the bolt flies, does a 15 hit, Darmanicus?
It does not hit.
You just hear a bolt just whiz over your head.
Alright, so seeing us getting surrounded by zombies, I am going to hurts to do this, but I am going to disengage, and I'm going to rush behind the hag once again, and I'm going to try my best to get at her.
Alright, bonus
Die!
action. Disengaged, and then you slashed across her. That hits, and when you stab into her, you twist the blade. How do you want to do this again?
Alright. So, yes, and
You have to roll, before all this, quickly roll a wisdom thing, because that kind of affects everything a little bit.
Shit.
Negative. It is an advantage, but I still got an 18 first.
You are an advantage. You're in range.
Oh yeah! Okay.
Why I moved.
Thank you. Yes. So I guess this time around, Nahon, I guess there's this kind of intricate set of very subtle things he does. One is kind of as the skeleton behind him is like, I guess probably about to swing at his head. Nahon kind of swiftly ducks underneath it, twists away from the skeleton by Marcus, and just rushes right by the hag. He's kind of low on his feet. So what he does is he flips the dagger to front, grabs the hag by the shoulder, and just tries to plunge that dagger right into her spine as deep as he possibly can. It's more of an act of desperation than what it was before.
Plunge it in kind of like frantically. She just draws her arms back and just screams.
Shut up!
She screams, Marcus just slams her with.
Nice. Let me see. I was here, going down. Wait. Yes, I was. I was there, going down to there. I have 30 feet in any direction. Bonus action is done. I am going to... God, Lesia's hurt. Everything's just a little bit fucked. I am... My yet would not forgive me, so I will take to the side of Lesia. That'll be my turn.
Right. And that guy shoots at Darmanicus. This guy is gonna run up towards Ginger. He's gonna stab him. Ginger kind of looks over, and as he looks over, you see Darmanicus. You see the cutlass just rake across his neck, and you see like blood just like splattered to the side. You see his like Ginger's head just kind of lifted up, and he falls backwards. Eyes looking up in the sky.
Good death.
Marcus.
Thanks. Situation. He's gonna attack this one.
Okay.
This one was zapped by lightning, wasn't it? Or is that a different one?
That was a different one.
Okay.
21 hits.
You slash it and it just like goes right through it, kind of like you bring your sword and just cuts it straight in half, and the skeleton just crumples right before you.
He over and he rushes up. That's the second one.
You rush past the second one, or another, the one in between Lesia and Nahone. It draws its blade and tries to attack you, and you just bring your shield up at the right time as it just. You run up to the other one, and you swing. You like kind of like break its leg as it just kind of crumple and kind of like it starts hobbling off on one side of its body, but it's still up. Okay. Go ahead and roll it for a bonus action. Roll your hit die. 14 points of health. Is that in your turn? This one is going to go ahead and shoot at you, Darminicus. And it just whizzes over your head. Oh, wait a second. I already went. That guy already went. What's going on? Oh, no, that one did not go. It was another one. Sorry.
No
Just
worries,
looked.
no worries.
Darminicus. You see Ginger just kind of falling right before you. Barely breathing. What do you do?
Seeing Ginger,
You also
he
see the
turns his
hag.
head.
Amari.
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
Sorry.
He turns himself to look at Amari, now facing with the hag. Puts away his cutlass, and now he's going to attack with his bow at the at the hag.
All right.
All right. Make sure everything. All right.
That hits as it just like pierces her body.
And I draw. Oops, I zoomed in instead of. And then I will strike again once more with the bow. Should we?
Fire again and just hits almost the exact same spot. She just
And then-
grabs onto the side.
And then I will also apply the same thing, Colossus Slayer, to the damage for another 5.
That's good, man.
All right. She looks to be bleeding now.
And then as a final thing, Sorry, just looking at everything here. I'll move myself. I want to move myself. Right here, next to Amari, and then just tell him like we need. Never mind, I can't say. It's right there. So I'm not gonna say it. So I'm that ends my turn right there when I move there.
All right. Skeleton's gonna go ahead and shoot at Nahon. You hear a bolt just whiz right over your head.
I'm lucky. Jesus. Okay.
And on low when they want to kind of hit you. Everybody else they're hitting.
Yeah, you and me both.
The Dominicus too. This skeleton's just gonna run up in front of Lesia and stab down at her. You're still on prone, right?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, it hasn't been my turn yet to get back up.
Yep.
18 hit.
Yeah, that would hit.
The blade just stabs you right in the gut, and then the skeleton draws it out for 8 points of damage. As that happens, Amari.
I will. Well, first of all, because I don't want disadvantage on anything, I'm going to back up a good bit, actually. But like hurriedly start stepping away from it.
She's gonna make an opportunity attack.
That's fine.
Does 25 hit?
Yeah.
Shit. It rakes across your back for 14 points of damage.
Oh shit. Okay. Wait, hold on. 14, you said? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Amari is just going to start hurriedly stepping away, passing by Dominicus, as his hands come out in front of him, and hurriedly begin doing like different signals, drawing symbols, and I will cast. I'll do Scorching Ray at level 3, so I get 1 additional ray. Nice.
16 misses, but the other 3 hit.
Okay, that is 15 damage total.
Just like rears back as the beams just beam on her, or just kind of like burn her.
Be careful, Dominicus, she hurts.
She's not looking good. Leslie.
Okay. Lesia is slowly getting up off of the ground, and you start to hear a noise coming from her.
Oh no.
As you start seeing her form shift and change, bones snapping, claws growing out of her fingers, her teeth lengthening into razor-sharp fangs. Fur starts sprouting over the skin that you can see. And Lesia has officially shifted into her hybrid form. And she proceeds to maul this skeleton right here.
Oh, I cannot wait for Marcus's reaction. All right, go ahead and start your mauling. The first attack, you get a little too wild, and he's like the skeleton gets out of the way. But the second one, it just swoops across it, almost breaking the skeleton.
And that's my turn.
Do you have your bonus action?
My bonus action was the shift.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you deleted your thing. Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah, sorry.
What was your initiative thing again?
17.
Gotcha. All right. But yeah.
Well, okay. Hearing the growling and knowing what that means, she's gonna go to the other side of Marcus's field. Gonna look over that direction. Turn her head towards Darminicus and Amari. Okay. And then she's gonna lift her hand up again this time, and it's actually gonna work. She's gonna start drawing runes at the hag over by them and cast Path to the Grave on that one there.
All right. Until the end of your next turn, hurry. With an attack, it is vulnerable to all the damage. Okay, so that's just max damage.
Yep.
Double. Okay.
Fuck. God, this sucks. Yeah, no, I can't do that.
There's nothing else.
Oh, that's gonna be it. I think that's all I can do.
All right. The hag is just gonna scream once again, and it's gonna just turn invisible. You guys will not be able to see it for the moment, but it is still within the vicinity. And as that happens, Dominicus, you hear the skeletons just walk over and just swing towards you. Does a 21 hit?
Yes, it does.
As it slashes across your back, it rakes you for 11 points of damage. As the blade just like this, as the rusty blade just kind of rakes across your back. This one in front of Lesia is going to go ahead and try to swing at it. And it'll swing at the creature, but it just like hits its thick fur. It just nothing. The one right in front of you, Marcus, is going to try to stab you. As you just like bring your swords, just bring it, you just deflect it. Nahum.
All right, so yeah, as Leslie's transforming, he just like over the course of that, over like hearing her growl, his eyes like widen, and he like kind of like sinks slowly out of the stance he's gotten into, and just kind of watches as she transforms. His mouth kind of opening, like as if he's trying to say something to her, but he just can't. And as he watches her basically go berserk, he's gonna focus once again on. He's just gonna like try to shake his head, put himself back in the zone that he was in, and kind of just lunging a step back and then taking another step forward. I'm gonna try to attack the zombie in front of me. That'll be that.
Hits. That, and as you slash it, it just collapses.
I will kind of, I will take my dagger across its neck, and as his head like rolls off, he just kind of like looks down at like the head rolling off and collapsing, and kind of goes, "Shit." He just like looks up at Lestia, nervous, like, "I did not mean to do that," and I will circle back around Marcus, and I will take another slash at the zombie behind him so that I can free him up.
You come around and slash across it, and it just like kind of stuns for a second. You can use sneak attack there, and
That is also with a -3, by the way.
it just drops.
Nice. Marcus, I need you to listen to me. Do not attack her.
They got a werewolf.
Do not attack her. It is Lesia. Do not attack
I
her.
don't see Lesia.
You do not need to. It is her.
Just dragging her away. Don't worry, I got you. Stay
That
behind
was
me.
about 6 seconds. So I won't say anything else.
All right. Mayette. You hear a bolt just. Does a 15 hit you?
No.
It just goes right over your head. The skeleton gets behind you, Amari. Swings. Does a 13 hit? Amari?
Sorry. My dad was talking to me.
Sorry.
What was that?
Does a 13 hit?
Yeah, barely.
It just rakes across your back. You got so lucky. Hits you for 4 damage.
It's still damage, but it hurts.
Our Ginger's gonna roll a death saving throw.
Oh shit!
And he passed.
Nice.
Marcus.
Okay, so he saw like Nahum just facing the skeleton. Came back and just with the skeleton. And then he heard the growling. Turns around, saw the werewolf.
Nahum looks serious, by the
Yeah.
way. Like, it's not every day he raises his voice, but he just did. Like,
Yeah, and he said to him like, "Don't attack her." And the only thing he heard like Lesia. He's looking around to see what Lesia is. He doesn't see her.
The werewolf is wearing Lesia's armor, though.
Yeah, he
And has her sword.
he's kind of scared of werewolves.
That's fair.
So he raises his shield, down in history. Slaying being the second knight that slays a werewolf.
Marcus!
Stay behind me! Then he plunges towards the werewolf.
This is better than the hags.
You are not taking my friends. Slashes at
Wow,
Okay.
he really does attack.
Alright, I take 6 damage because I have resistance.
You rake your blade across it, and it just barely opens its thick hide.
And
Right
another
across the second.
he
It
looks at
just
the werewolf.
looks even more angry at you, though.
He looks like now at the werewolf is like. Get up to the hill. Regroup with the others. And it's my turn.
Skeletons are gonna shoot you. Dominicus.
Alright.
As it just like flies right over you again. What do you do as you begin to hear the roaring? You can
Yeah,
make a perception to go ahead and try to find the creature as well too.
I had something else. So I'm gonna shift myself over next to Amari, and I'm going to. Let me see. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Amari.
All right.
So that'll do.
Nice.
I'll do the
You
full
heal for
11.
11.
And as I touch him, I go, Amari, run.
Okay.
You see like a little like serious grin, not too serious, but a little faintly grin. And and yeah, if it means anything, I can turn myself around and sort of face myself to the skeletons.
You do so, and I look at you.
No, I can't do anything else. That's good. That ends my turn there.
Skeleton tried to shoot at Marcus, and it it rolled another nat 1. It does the same thing. Its crossbow jams, and it looks at you and just gets hit in the chest, grabs on it, pulls out the bolt, and tries to put it back on again. Sorry. And Lexia, you just feel the like pat of another blade just hit your hide with the skeleton behind you. As it just hit you for a 5.
Actually, that downs me again.
Does it hit you? No.
Rolled a 5.
It tries to. It rolled a 5.
Oh,
Sorry, I thought you said it did 5 damage. Okay.
No,
it did not.
Again, that is my fault because I keep wording everything weird. I'm sorry. It's attack with 5, and it just pats you on the back, like just.
All right, that's fine.
Put some muzzle into
That means I get to do stuff.
Amari.
After hearing Darminicus tell him to run, he's going to turn around and he's going to run downhill till he gets like halfway, about right here actually. And as he's running, he's like, Fortuna. And he looks over his shoulder and he sees Darminicus being surrounded by 2 of those skeletons, and he says to himself, I can't leave him like that. No, he's done so much for me. And he turns around and raises his hands up in the air and says, Lumen, Ignis! And he launches another Scorching Rays at 3rd level at his target. And he's going to put 2 on this one, 2 on the other.
All right. Your hands just shoot out the fire. First 2 hit and kill this one, and it just sets it on fire. The second one hits, but the third attack hits and it almost drops it, but the second one or the last one just misses completely.
That's all right. After that, I'll kind of look out towards the rest of the battlefield, and Alessia. It's my turn.
Alessia.
All right. At the start of my turn, because I'm below half hit points, I have to make a bloodlust saving throw with advantage because Mayet's here. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
maintain my wherewithal. Okay. Actually, surprisingly lucid for being in her shifted form, she's going to reach a clawed hand to her belt, and with a bonus action, pick up a health potion. And it's a little awkward because her claws are so long. She kind of like spears the cap with one of her clawed fingers and just kind of flicks it off and pours it down her throat. And because of Beacon of Hope, she heals the full 13.
Ooh, nice. You drink the potion, and then you throw it down on the ground. And you look down at Marcus, and he just seems totally lost. You can see now the other section of his eye that it wasn't red is starting to go red as well now.
And then I, despite being pissed off at Marcus, I'm still going to attack this other one.
All right.
Well,
Ooh.
okay.
You come in and just your claw, one rake across, just destroys the skeleton.
All right. And then I am going to run this way. Does Marcus try to take an opportunity attack against me?
No, because he
Oh,
was
boy.
stunned by like werewolf drinking it. He doesn't.
I have a
Like,
lot
what
of
the fuck?
therapy.
And that is my turn.
Did you see that?
Not yet.
Okay. Where did any of us see where the hell that hag that turned invisible vaguely ran off to?
Kind of looked like it was gonna climb the tree.
The one up near Dominicus or one
Yeah.
near Mar? Okay. Dumb, but it'll work because it works. Gonna move a little bit. Gonna start looking around the tree, but I'm gonna look for the hag with eyes of the grave.
Alright.
I don't really know if it's technically undead or what, or if there's anything else over there over the area or in the water.
Nope. You look over and you can just sense the beings that are already in front of you, the skeletons.
Okay. To start, okay. So, what we'll do is over by Dermaticus, we're gonna shoot another flame at the one near Dermaticus.
Alright. Go ahead. It's a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
I rolled to 12.
15, nope, that hits.
Alright. Go ahead and roll damage.
7 points of damage.
The purple flame just consumes with the red original Amari flame, and it just bursts the skeleton into flames, or into just dust as it just crumples in front of him.
That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay. Amari. You then see you see just the form on the tree. You kind of like look up and it flickers. You see that cloaked figure with its stringy hair out, and you just see it just look at you with this angry face, and you kind of hear it whisper, "Get it back!" And just its hand extends out, and this green ray just launches out of its hand towards you. It's gonna make a spell attack.
Does the
Is it
hack pop?
22 hit?
A what?
Yeah, it's out of. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
A what?
A 22? Is it
Oh,
22?
just barely, I think. Just barely.
Okay, all right. Just barely, tell me. You better not be pulling my leg, sir.
Amari's actually wearing 2 layers of plate mail.
It hits you, and you just feel this like rage, just like the green just kind of like went around your body, wrapped around you, and then you feel 13 poison damage kind of enter your body, and you have to make a Constitution saving throw as well now.
Nice.
Oh, you succeeded.
Yay!
You kind of felt the poison kind of linger, and then it just the green and the kind of like around your vision as well just goes away, and it just kind of snarls at the tree. Give it back!
Down and face me, hag.
Shit.
No.
Yeah, we destroyed it. Okay. Well, let's see.
It wasn't it.
You hear Marcus like scream. It's coming towards you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, that was me.
No. Are you there?
I was muted again. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
How dare you? How could I?
How could you?
Yeah, sorry. Right, so quick check. What is Marcus focused on? Is he focused on the hag or on Lesia?
Yeah.
It's like back and forth between the two.
Kind of conflicted,
Like,
yeah.
He's worried
Okay.
about now Amari and Yet, because the hag is your Yet and
Yeah. I will. In that case, I will just hope this is enough. I'll look to Lesia and give her a nod, and I will say, "Lesia, heard the contact over there." I will just point past the tree, just generally in that general direction. I will look up at the hag, and then I will wait. How shadowy is that tree?
Oh, it's dark. Everything's just dark. So you
Everything's
can run
dark?
up in there. Yeah, you can misty step up there.
All right, I will do that. I will kind of.
Shadow step. Sorry.
Yeah, shadow step. I will kind of press myself to the ground and just seem to turn to shadow within it, and I will kind of just leap out of the tree and try to take a wild slash at the hag.
All right.
You
peer right almost above, and then you jump down in like the same motion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, it's worth it. Do I need to make a wisdom saving throw? Is this a different kind of
No,
hag?
it's a different hag.
Wonderful. I have advantage. Suck it.
It's
Thank you.
You're lying. You motherfucker.
You're kidding me. I am not doing this.
How do you do this?
How do you want to do this one?
Yeah. As I kind of like, I just kind of like look to Mark. You see this confliction in Nahon's eyes. Kind of this moment of understanding where Lesia is at and where Marcus is at, and like then looking up at the hag and shaking his head, kind of muttering something about priorities. And yeah, so he's gonna like press himself to the ground and meld into the shadows. And I'm just gonna jump onto a branch above the hag, and I'm literally just going to try to my best to just with a wild slash, just try my best to just Assassin's Creed this hag out of the tree. That is literally what I'm doing, just trying to leap on top of her and try to just sink my dagger right into her head.
Once you sink it straight into a soft spot of her skull, you just hear this. You roll off with her and just kind of land on your feet as like you land right in front of the tree.
Holy shit. Alright.
And as that happened, You guys hear the remaining skeletons just kind of just hit the water. That ends combat. Unless
Make another wisdom saving throw.
yes.
Because I'm still injured.
Plus, you're still in 20.
Yeah, Marcus
21.
in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcus in the background just yelling, Letya! Yeah.
Okay. Since she didn't feel compelled to attack anyone close to her still, she's going to kind of run at this tree over here and just kind of like slash at the bark repeatedly, trying to get her all out, basically all of it out of her system. She's just howling and screaming the whole time.
Mari's
My-
gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
He flinches. Do you know how long that lasts? Did she tell you?
As she's like doing that, she slowly starts changing back into her human form, just pawing at the thing with bloody knuckles.
This point, you see Marcus just coming, running. Saying, It's still here. Come on. We need to regroup up here. I couldn't find Lesia. She didn't. Regroup, my son.
She's alright. We are here.
Oh, no, I think so. Mari.
Amari kind of like he's like leaning over his knees, sort of. He's like clutching his chest where the hag had cut through his shield, and it kind of slashed through the top of his like open shirt at the top. It's like kind of cut across the bottom of his neck, and he's with that and the pain of the spell that hit him, he just kind of just like falls down to one knee, one hand clutching the upper part of his chest.
Mari!
Marcus runs down there, grabs you by the neck, and picks you up. Come on, Mari, we need to retreat. He wants to drag you up. Yeah.
He's gonna try to walk, but he's gonna like stumble most of the way.
Yeah, he's gonna like.
Up and up here. What happened?
Let it go.
What?
Werewolf.
You mean Lesia?
No, I meant the werewolf.
Yes, Lesia.
Someone will get to his feet.
Oh,
Um,
Lesia's
Make
the
a
werewolf.
wisdom saving throw, Marcus. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Pretty
Oh
good.
boy.
Okay. You feel no change.
Lost Lesia. What's the
no,
casualties?
Marcus. She is okay. We are. That's when he realizes that Ginger is dead on the ground.
Yeah, when you all are talking, it's just me like on top of Ginger, just trying to
Performing CPR.
tend to him. Yeah. So you guys can keep going.
You want to roll
Staying
a
alive.
medicine check?
Staying alive.
Yeah.
Stabilize him? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Staying alive.
He got an 11 on his second death saving throw.
Oh, he's still alive. Okay.
Trying
Wow.
to find med.
Hmm.
There it is. I found it.
Dead now.
You try to stop the bleeding, but it's not seeming to work.
Come on. Come on!
He's going to roll his third one. He failed it.
Ginger, you stay with me. Fuck! Put everything in Amari. Please.
Going to roll again.
My
He
head.
failed again.
Stay together.
Last roll.
It's like a 3-2 count on a baseball.
You see Ginger's arm kind of grabs your arm, Darminicus. And he just kind of said, and he says, "Breathe. Take my gun." You see just like him take his last breath, and the blood just kind of continue to pour out.
Fuck! And at that point, just stay silent for a bit. But still kneeling in front of Ginger.
Anyway. Yeah.
Not over.
At this point, you kind of see Lesia start kind of like basically dragging herself, limping back to the party.
She's alive.
Yes.
Her
she is.
knuckles are like raw, bloody.
Runs down. Hits you up.
I'm fine.
Not fine.
Actually, I'm gonna go around the other way toward Mayette. I'm sorry.
It happened.
Wait.
Say one more word. I'm going to make it so you can't speak the rest of the day.
You threatening an officer.
Me or
I'm going to cast silence on Marcus.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's an AoE though, is the issue.
It is.
Yeah.
The 20-foot radius.
She's too pissed.
So none of us can talk. Lesia starts talking and then realizes what's going on and just closes her mouth.
Looks to my
Walk over to Ginger. Pull out 2 copper pieces. Just kind of kneel down, place them over the eyes, and cast Gentle Repose.
You'd see Marcus trying to say something, but he realizes he can't.
He's actually yelling.
His sprint back.
Crying a little bit. And she drops the silence spell.
Alright. So Marcus, I will explain later. When is easier. When we
You
are
need an
calm.
explanation now. How did you survive
Not
the
yet.
attack? I didn't see
She,
you drag you away.
By it, I think you mean me.
You will not listen. Yes, has to be more sane.
Don't think he would listen regardless.
He lets me live. Marcus, I saw her, he pulled under the water. I can only imagine she was, fight skeletons on her own.
I was trying to find you. I find you then.
I was too busy. I think you were, too. Fighting off the hags.
Oh, he said that she dragged on the.
She is wet because she collapsed in the water when she got knocked unconscious.
Right. All fought well.
Right.
Your wounds rest.
Lesia is actually gonna get back up and slowly make over to where she collapsed and pick up her sword.
That's important.
And then come back.
Alright.
Don't
Um,
want to forget this.
Good idea. Do you think the house is worth looting?
Probably some cursed things in there, but probably might be something of worth.
Yeah, true. Is
Got all of
security
them,
or
right? 2, 3. Yes, we got all.
yes,
Check it out. Turn it. Use it as an
yes.
I have something for that.
What are the casualties?
One, probably two.
I don't know where Trixie is.
She ran. Well, you know.
I think she was affected by a spell. Made her run away.
Yes. Magical enemy, after all.
Dead. And you're right.
Now,
You see him just kind of like leaned over, not leaning like over, like doubled over or anything, but he has like his head kind of tilted down, and his hands still kind of rubbing the scratch on his chest. And he gives you a glance. He's like, "Do I look like I'm okay, Marcus?
Alive.
There's a difference."
well, I'm very glad you are alive. I'm sorry that I left you there. Are you okay?
No, I'm not. This place sucks. This swamp, whatever we're in, this island sucks.
Really
Debating whether or
does.
not we should even continue. Perhaps we should just get on the boat and leave.
I agree.
If the boat's even here anymore, our fucking ride decided to leave. Maybe he already took the boat and left, and Trixie went with him.
No use assuming that until we get there. Honestly.
Well, when we find him, Amanda leaves his true.
Yes,
Now,
but I think you need to captain the
Marcus,
ship.
how long are you going to keep this act up? Why are you talking like this? None of us are troops. None of us are soldiers.
on a very important battle, Amar.
Great, I'm sure. I'm very proud. Sure, we killed them.
Good.
Why are you still acting like this?
What to do? Spear.
My God, glances
Isn't
over
they
towards
all,
Dawn.
Is the
He's
This
a coping.
This
He's a
island is
coping
driving
mechanism.
crazy. It's driving everyone crazy. Leslie turned.
Yes.
Glances towards Marcus. I figured you would be able to draw conclusions.
He's a coping mechanism. Cannot handle what happened now, so he goes to the
suppose.
past.
This year will never turn. Faith.
You are right about that. Exactly. Best person we have here, I think.
I think we should see this through. We do need to recover, though.
Yes.
But if there's more things like this on the island, we should get rid of them.
This was easier than I thought. Is it really over?
We need to learn from this.
I
If
think
there are more things like this here.
perhaps, but I thought we got in over our heads. I'm surprised we are alive.
She glances over at Ginger. Not all of us.
True.
Always casualties. Used to it.
What if it was one of us though? I'm sorry about Ginger, but here's no connections to us like all of us have.
Soldiers do fight.
We're not soldiers, Marcus. Get it out of your head.
Must get into your head that we are in a war zone. If you're not a soldier, you will end up dead.
I'm about to go back to the boat on my own.
Do that.
I can't.
Not much.
Good. I don't give a shit.
Let us check the house first, and then go back to the ship for how you say Rest.
How far away are we from the ship?
You're about like half a day.
Half a day's trip? Okay.
That's not even really half a day. It's about a few hours.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Alright.
Alright. Check time.
Soon, take a couple of
Yeah,
men. I'm going to search the house.
She
Yes, sir.
slowly gets back up and starts dragging herself again back over to the house.
Mario, want to come?
I suppose whatever gets me away from him.
Hmm.
There might be magical traps.
Also good idea.
It would be good if you were here.
Yes, sir.
An eye on him.
Yes, sir.
Amari gives you the middle finger.
I will pretend I didn't see that, soldier.
I hope you did see it, bastard.
This is gross. This is actually disgusting.
Did we check the bodies of the hags?
No.
Not yet. Let's look at the house first. And then we'll come back.
Alright.
Marcus walks up to
Alright.
Dominicus.
If you're
Ah.
walking up to Dominicus, you'll see him first. He's standing over Ginger, and he says the phrase, "A great life has passed into the tomb." And then he'll turn 180 degrees, and then his head would be facing you, and then he raises both his hands and say, "And there awaits the requiem of winter's snow," while his face is still looking at you, Marcus.
Hell are you saying?
Puts his hands down. "Grievance. Something from my village."
Fine, so
It's supposed. He was a good person, Marcus.
do you smell it, Dominicus? Smell of battle. Just had a glorious victory here. Proud of yourself.
How's Marcus's eyes looking?
Mad. Is kind of mad.
He told me it was creeping into the other eye now.
Oh boy. Knowing what's happening, he gives a small smirk, like trying to smile, and say, "Of course, this whole thing, we have to keep pushing. We need to keep fighting, as you say, Marcus."
Spirit. To handle. Leave no more.
That's when his smirk sort of drops and becomes a serious face.
Yeah, it is way. Smile. Better die.
Yes, I was, if you want to think about it. Marcus, I always save up something to help someone dying. I gave it to Amari. I chose Amari over Ginger. You ever do that? You ever choose who lives, who dies?
Better one.
And
Decision.
he would look down on the floor, sort of a realization that he's thinking to himself, "Yeah, you're right. I did." So sort of feeling. So there's a smile and nod. You see a slight nod from that.
Grabs you with.
I try to avoid that eye contact.
Odd choice. Side who live.
Marcus, you idiot! I decided if he lived or dies, and walk off.
Attitude. Real of the best. Everybody's cut off. It's like you.
And he's just the slight smirk come back. Of course.
Taps you on the shoulder. Rest soldier.
There's a few things I still need to do.
And before Amari, Nahon, and Leslie, you guys enter in, we will go on a quick little break because I have to use the restroom and I can't hold it any longer.
Alright.
So
Agreed.
we'll be back in about 12 minutes, everybody. I'll be right back.
Don't
Alright.
decide who lives or dies, but yeah, literally awkwardly.
Two.
Welcome back, everybody. We're back just for a little bit longer. And we continue with Amari, Nahon, and Alessia. You guys are just walking through, just barely opening the door that's just a little ajar. As it creaks open, you see in this kind of like low lit room. It looks to be on like one room itself, but then you can kind of see light at the other side of the room. A little bit of low lit candles around some strange object.
Nahon is gonna kind of look to Amari and like kind of gesture to his eyes and kind of like do like the two fingers to eyes thing and then just kind of wave it around the room like see anything?
Can you detect any magic here?
Well, I would have to cast the spell. It would take a few minutes to do so.
Yeah,
I think it's a good idea to wait.
yeah,
I
maybe
would
with
rather wait
Perhaps.
and not explode.
Just give me about 10 minutes, okay?
That's fine. 10 minutes away from.
and hope Mayet and Marcus do not kill each other.
Yeah, man. It's... In addition, you kind of see her. Catching up.
Hello.
Okay.
She basically
Amari,
yelled at Marcus and walked off.
you guys watch as Amari kind of turns to the left over in this direction. And he takes his finger and the tip of it starts to glow as he starts tracing a circle in the air. And this blue line starts to follow him and makes a circle right in front of him. And these sigils start popping up in the air, seemingly out of nowhere, as if it's like augmented reality type shit. And he's like drawing different sigils and stuff, different areas, drawing geometric shapes and everything, while mumbling just in general, like, arcanic babble.
You cast in detect magic.
Yeah, detect magic.
All right.
Okay.
And once it's ready to go, I will turn back towards the room and kind of just... You guys watch as Amari's eyes, as he opens them once more. They're now glowing that same bright blue color. And he turns his eyes, or his head back towards the open door and glances in. He just gets like a quick scan to see what he can find. Or whatever is glowing, I guess.
And guillotine.
Oh, that'd be an awful way to go.
Boom.
Acme Anvil.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So you look through, and you can see that There's a bunch of little magical baubles almost everywhere. From little voodoo dolls to things of other eyes and such that were glowing with magical power. These seem kind of faint. But the thing that's giving you the most attention is this thing that's on this like little dark altar you start walking towards. Once you get closer and closer, you see a little shine. It's about like 4 feet long almost, and it curves. You look down and it's connected to bone as it curves around. You see a blade with abyssal ruins on it, and kind of like this dark shadow cast along the center as well.
What school of magic is it? Because detect magic tells me the school as well.
You're detecting illusion. You are also not really illusion. It's not an illusion itself, but you detect a. What is it? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. It's necromancy,
Okay.
divination, and evocation.
Okay. Amari is kind of like reach down and kind of. He's just gonna take the tip of his index finger and just kind of run it down the spine. Is it like a wand type thing, or is it just like a?
This blade embedded.
Oh, it's a blade. Okay.
Embedded within the dirt and such, a little bit on this altar, as like the altar is made with wood from a ship and dirt and mud, and you can kind of see when you get closer, the dirt is soaked in this dark material.
Amari's going to reach his finger out and just kind of gently run the tip of his index finger along the handle of the blade and glides back towards Lesia. I think perhaps they were doing rituals of some kind in here.
I take a look at the runes. Can I read them? I know Abyssal.
Is that a blade?
This is what the blade looks like.
It
Seems
seems so.
It's not that's name though. When you read it, Lesia, you read the blade made by the master, who dedicates it to that who crawls and those who serves him.
Blade created by the master, dedicated to the one who crawls?
Yes.
Hold on. The crawling king. It is likely what it's about.
Crawling
like-
King.
Yes, the crawling king.
What is that?
Is it-
Like a battle god or something?
No.
I wish he was that tame. He's
Yeah.
a deity. A malevolent one at that. Which makes sense, as these hags had this army of skeletons.
Oh, great! There are evil ones as well.
Here,
This is a dangerous weapon.
if you would not mind, I could possibly cast another spell on this to discern the properties and what it's capable of. Maybe we could get an idea of where it came from and possibly how it's capable of resurrecting souls.
Good idea, but do not touch it,
Careful.
perhaps.
Yes, be very careful.
If I mean, my soul is already fucked, so anybody should touch it, I think.
This is definitely something we
Can you tell me what that said one more time?
Created by the master and dedicated to the one who crawls, I think. it was.
Created by the
Yes.
master and dedicated. Oh fuck. Okay. Okay. So. Amari kind of looks back as well. You know, now that I think about it, my theory may have been correct. Honestly, if the blade says it was created by the master, dedicated to the one that crawls, that means, well, the master, whoever that may be, Ceratos, regardless, someone is working on this island, and they're making weapons and giving them to the hags for some reason. But Perhaps I was not wrong. Maybe they are trying to raise some sort of army on this island.
That's scary.
I agree. And if the island is so capable of moving around, then who's to say that it could not just drop off troops on the mainland somewhere? Maybe they've already done that.
We definitely do not want anyone to have this.
I agree.
But
Yes.
I also do not know if it would be safe in our hands either.
Yes.
If anything, we
very-
should take it and give it back to Niles or somebody of higher standing when it comes to magical artifacts such as these. This is
He's
a
safe with
malevolent
Niles.
weapon. What?
He's safe with Niles, do you think?
Niles, of course. He is an archmage. He's very powerful. If anyone could probably be on the same level as my uncle, it is Niles. If there is anybody that I would go to and ask questions about something magical, it's him. Obviously, if my uncle was still alive, I would go to him. But for the time being,
Well, Niles did help us, but
Niles is a good man. He was working with Bach historically because the mission was important to him. He wants to be able to understand the Age of Arcanum weaponry and other aspects, much as like most wizards. That era was something to behold for everyone that is involved in magic. The bounds that they created back then was extraordinary, and I can understand why Niles would work with Bacchus, but I figured that he would
Right,
know better. You know.
I do not judge him for that. Simply, is I worry that since he is, how you say, a high-profile figure, that perhaps he would. That's what would be hunted.
There, I might have another option. Back at the vigil, we have a Lord Keeper. He has been around for a long time and has quite the collection of knowledge on curses and cursed artifacts, among other things. He
That's a good
might
idea.
also be an option.
Sorry, Mario. I realize. I assume you do not wish for Kesh to have it. Just simply look at, or
Well, he may be able to understand it better than I can.
Hmm,
I'll be able to ascertain what the magical properties of this item is, but
Right.
he may know more about the lore, the creatures that could be behind the Ceratos, the Torog, the others that could also be involved. It's still very much speculation. And
okay. So learn about hot take.
If we are taking it, which one of us is going to hold on to it?
honestly, first of all, let me cast an additional spell
Yes.
and see if I can ascertain whether or not it's dangerous to us, just in general, and whether or not we should take it. First,
I'm going to assume it is.
sure. Just like with a quick scan around the rest of the room, is there anything else that catches my eye? Or was it just the dagger?
It is not a dagger, it's a scimitar.
Or scimitar?
Like I said, little baubles. You see 3 little like kind of orbs connected to each other, and once you get closer you can see they have a little fuse on top. They seem to be a little bit magical. And then you see like voodoo dolls that are fainting in their magical properties.
I gotcha. Amari is going to gesture towards the 3 little balls that's sitting on the table there. These also give off a faint magical aura. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but they seem to have a fuse on top. Perhaps some sort of explosive.
Are safe?
They could be. They could be useful to us as well. It seems as though there is some sort of explosive. A fuse
Can
on
I kind of inspect those with my alchemical knowledge, see if they're alchemical based?
Sure. Go ahead and roll an alchemy check.
12.
You start looking at it and you sniff it, and it instantly pops in your brain. It smells a little bit like the stuff that you've made your alchemist's fire from.
Alchemical fire.
Mhm.
In a bomb form.
So safe? Ish.
As safe as alchemical fire can be, I think.
Right. Not
So
cursed, is what I
very-
mean.
Perhaps you should take them, Nessie. They might be useful to us.
Yes, that would be an easier way to dispense it than tossing vials of the stuff.
Hmm.
I will keep these in a secure place. I'm gonna put them in the same spot I keep my other alchemical fire.
Cling,
Alright.
cling, cling.
Just poof.
Yeah.
They're very secure, and there's like cushioning and padding to keep them from rattling around and stuff.
All right. Once they're doing that and kind of doing all that stuff, I am going to sit down in front of the scimitar, and I will take out a small pearl, and I'm going to set it down on the ground in front of me. And I'm going to take an owl feather and start drawing sigils and magical like geometric shapes and stuff like that. Just the same shit I was doing before, over top of the pearl. And the more I do it, the small beam of light kind of shoots up towards the scimitar. And basically that's this one. So I'm casting Identify, and I'm going to ritual cast it. So it's going to take an additional 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I will say while he does that, perhaps it's best if I hate to say this, do not want to, but perhaps it's best if I take it. My soul is pointed its backpack.
I don't
Maybe.
know if that might be the best idea.
I may as well be how you say guinea pig for whatever it is.
Honestly,
Maybe.
if we can just keep it away, hidden in the bag of holding. That might be
True.
Shove it in the box and then shove the box in the bag.
All right, idea.
So
Definitely don't want anyone carrying it on their person.
Hmm.
We have to. I have no idea how powerful it is.
Yes.
DM,
Well,
were there 3 alchemical fire grenades, or was it
3.
3? Okay. Are they
So did you
mechanically?
grab?
I put them in
Sorry.
my stuff. Yeah.
Did you want to know more about him, or
Yeah. Sure.
find
I'll
out when
spend-
you use them?
Okay. So I guess they are mechanically different.
They're special. You'll see what they do.
All right.
Identify.
And Nahon, did you grab? Are you gonna grab it and then pull it out?
I'm not touching anything.
Okay.
I got a 16 wisdom, man. I know better than that.
Just making sure.
I ain't touching shit.
Serving.
But those were
Literally
the only
just-
things that picked up as magical, the 3 grenades and the sword.
Yes.
I want to look around while he's doing that for any like non-magical things of use, like any papers or books or.
I'll help her with if I notice.
Make an investigation check with advantage since it's open.
I'm not being subtle about it. So.
Hmm.
21.
You're able to find a notebook that seems to be somewhat of a journal.
With morbid curiosity, I open it and take a look.
You look in it and you see that there's just scribbled on this belongs to Fogwart. No reading. And it says it's just like scribbled on the top.
In common?
Yes. Well, it's an abyssal. She's
Okay.
able to read it.
Once I see it's in abyssal, I just walk away.
Can you spell her name so I can write it down in my notes? Is it Thagwat? Oh, okay. I was totally wrong. Very, very, very wrong. Okay. Anything interesting in here that might be handy to know from a brief glimpse through it, kind of skimming.
You start reading it, and it starts speaking about how there was some strange entity, person almost, that the hags couldn't describe, other than knowing that it was somebody special sent by Torog, sent by their master to come and give them a gift that would help them control their plane, and also presented them minions as well, kobolds and goblins. They said that in the journal you can kind of read that the goblins kind of like they had a little falling out, so the hags just started eating them all. But there was one goblin that convinced him that he would be the perfect one to kind of lead the rest of the kobolds, because the kobolds fell in line. And as they had stayed there, the sword had given them power, and it was their duty to protect it and keep it secret while it gained more power within this island.
I start explaining that as I read it. So the sword is definitely very powerful. And also, it's a little worse than we might have thought.
What are you?
Speaks of planar domination and
The hell is that?
apparently they intend to take over not only part of the world, but all of it and the entire plane. It might be boasting or exaggerating, but I wouldn't discount it either.
Ew, he's ambitious.
Very. But it seems to be more their master. Does it refer to the master by name?
No.
Refers to more the master than them. But
Well, it did said Torog,
Torog,
and then they said that the blade was made by the master.
the name Torag is mentioned. Do I recognize that name actually?
Roll a history check.
Would this be a demon thing or a god thing?
It's a god thing. So roll, religion.
No advantage or anything because it's not related to a demon. 8.
You don't really remember. You don't remember a little bit of Torog, but you remember Amari saying the name.
I will wait to ask him about that since he's still casting the spell. And I am also prepared to repeat all of this because I imagine he's not really paying attention right now. Since he is busy casting a spell.
Correct.
And you cast it on the blade as well, correct?
Yeah.
Right. Once you finish the spell, you look at it and you can see that this blade embedded within the earth gives this land a control of unstable weather patterns, unstable kind of like moon shifts, unstable positioning, madness. It brings about death. It keeps death restless. It keeps almost every life restless. And the earth itself, as it's embedded, and you start looking more, and there's blood kind of soaking, coming out of the earth.
Would I be able to ascertain if this is one of those swords of pain?
Maybe. Maybe you don't know too much about the swords of pain.
He did barely make a check about it, hearing the name, but I could be wrong.
But it could be. You don't know.
So Amari kind of draws in a breath as soon as he gets that information, kind of a sharp one. Kind of reaches up and touches his forehead. This sword. This was the cause. This was it. This is all of this. All of everything that's happening here. The weather, the island shifting, the people, the restless souls on the island. It's this sword right here. He kind of leans back away from it a little bit more cautious.
And we definitely need to get.
Alessia, this sword is much powerful than any of us.
Uh,
I'm not quite sure if we should even touch it.
I've found the journal of one of the hags. It had some information that might be of use.
What did it say? Is it in common?
No, it's in Abyssal.
Blasted.
I will explain. And so it mostly talks about how they plan to dominate the plane. They were given kobolds and goblins to use as minions. There was a bit of a disagreement with the goblins, and they ate most of them, except for the one that we killed. But they mentioned the name Torog.
I mean, what would I know about Torog, just in general?
Roll a religion check. Unless
I know that he's a god.
You know that you may roll another religion check. You know that it's a betrayal god. That's about it.
Well, a lot of the information was lost. Most of the libraries, the places of study that have that type of information is usually belongs to most institutions, places that lock their books up, places that I could not go. I had access to libraries, but not anything that would pertain to old betrayal gods. I know that he was around. He was one of the gods that betrayed the others during the calamity. But beyond that, he's a very. There's not much I can understand about him because I've not been able to read much about him. If we had access to a library or somewhere that withheld that such information, I might be able to learn more. But as it stands, I'm not quite sure much about Torog. All I know is basic information, such as him being a betrayer god, and he's immensely powerful. But I know that he was one of the main spearheads during the calamity.
Yeah. They also mentioned that a strange entity that they seem to be unable to properly describe gave them the sword.
That also leads me to believe that it probably belongs to Cerritos. The old signs point in that direction.
Perhaps
He's less of a god, more of a demigod type person.
Perhaps Cerritos and Torag are working together?
It would make sense in drawing conclusions between them. It also makes sense because I remember that Cerritos works with a god, and Torog, seeing that he was mentioned in such a book, makes me think that they are tied together. It seems as though that my assumptions were correct. The two of them are working together, and I'm not certain. And he kind of looks towards Naomi and says this. I'm not certain about this, but I think what we have here is one of the swords of pain, possibly Torog's, which is why I'm being so worrisome about it.
Mm.
Is there a way we can take it out without touching it?
Fit it out with something else, I suppose.
Perhaps we could use a stick or something. Either way, we need to somehow push it inside of a bag of holding or keep it hidden somewhere safe.
How deep is it in the ground? Sorry.
It's like it's laying horizontal, and as it's laying horizontal, you can see like the top half a little bit. The tip of it's covered in the dirt, so is like the middle section, and like the hilt is uncovered.
Got it.
But there is no like little person there, like like on the hilt the picture shows. That's the one thing about it that's different.
Is there like somewhere we could like hook something around to pull it?
Yeah, you can hook it around the guard and yank it out.
It has like a handle guard.
Hold on, though. There is another thing to be worrisome about, something to think of. If you see this island is somehow being when they say plane, I'm not quite sure if they mean a plane of existence, such as the one that we live in, or perhaps just this pocket. Maybe this island is a part of some pocket plane or something such. But either
Yeah.
way, whatever this is that we're on is somehow being held together and controlled by this sword. So, if it makes sense, the storms, all of it is being controlled by this weapon, the sword. The souls, the skeletons that we just fought, they're all being controlled by the sword. They're all being risen from the dead. It keeps the souls restless. Whatever is on this island is restless, and I think that is also what is driving some of us crazy, some of us mad. You know who?
Well, we can't leave it here, so.
I agree,
Yes.
but the thing of the matter is, if we pull it out of the ground, I'm afraid that it could, how do I put it, collapse the plane. You understand what I mean?
You mean
Like,
destroy
we're
the
down
Well,
down
for example, think of it as, think of us being in the building, right? And this sword could very well be a support structure, possibly the only one here. So, if we pull the sword out of this, then the support structure could snap, and you know what that means. The whole building would fall down on top of us. We would be crushed, vaporized, whatever. I'm not
So
sure.
you say this island is magical, which
It is very much magical. Yes, it's not a part of the ocean. It's not a part of. We're in a different plane, if that makes sense to you. As far as I'm understanding, this weapon keeps this plane what it is. It keeps it moving around because I assume they want to stay hidden. But with so many people out on the ocean, it's hard to avoid all of that contact. So eventually, you're going to have some people coming to it, which also leads me to believe why these hags were using this sword to raise and keep souls alive. When people die, hence the basilisk killing people, their souls are possibly resurrected and used as soldiers. They have minions, the kobolds, the goblins, and the skeletons outside. So, like I said, I'm not certain if that is going to take place, and if it does, then we're going to die. But
The way,
just to
I,
warn you.
the way I see it, if we leave it here, awful things will happen, and if we take it, awful things might happen.
yeah.
Awful things being that we would potentially save countless lives from being washed up in this island, and also possible a war front in the future. But we could also die.
To take that risk.
Looks towards now.
I'm kind of like he seems to just think about it for a second, like actually think about it. I think he's very smart, Mario. I not have words to describe, but I am happy you figured this out. But I think Tire Island is magical. Sorry, I not figure out other plane of existence as far as I am aware. This is only one, but apparently not so great. Yeah, like he just seems to be like trying to run through things in his head for a second.
Look at it this way, Dawn. If
Hmm.
it does destroy everything, it will destroy the stone too. Two birds with one stone.
It is true, but we'll also die.
Perhaps
Suppose the real question is: are you willing to give up your life for the possible sake of thousands of others?
my thought is plane, like he does like air quotes. This big, perhaps not collapse immediately, perhaps long enough time to get
Have
there.
time to rest.
That was also a thought of mine.
Hmm.
Perhaps it could falter, and basically what we need to do is get out of its radius fast. So,
Yes.
I mean, either way, I'm worried. Obviously, I don't feel like dying today. But Blessy is right. This sword cannot stay here. It cannot continue to do what it's doing. And obviously, I think with the sword still here, we would have a much difficult chance getting off the island regardless.
Hmm.
If we were to remove the storm, the sword, perhaps it would lessen the storm and give us an easier way out.
Exactly.
Like
I would
said,
wish to hide it, but then I think it'd just be found again.
this is a powerful artifact, and
We definitely should not have anyone
Hmm.
carry.
Yes.
we should put it in the bag
Take it, shove it back. Yes.
and leave it there until we find somebody that knows how to handle something.
All right.
Is there like a box or anything?
I will go
around?
find stick.
Yeah.
And we'll just walk out and try to find a big ass stick.
Yeah, you're able to find a
We might
box
die, guys.
a little bigger than the sword, but
Something that locks.
yeah.
We
Excellent.
also
It's a
might
little
just be
rough.
blowing this
It's a little
completely
mad.
out of proportion.
Hmm.
It's a little rusty and kind of dirty.
I don't
Sounds-
care. Amari, can you magically lock things?
Actually, I can. I forgot I had Mage Hand. Oh, wait. We don't need the stick no. I forgot.
Sorry,
sure, I
what?
could put up. It's okay. Don't worry. I could probably lift the. I could lift the sword out of the dirt without touching it. But just have a box ready, okay?
How is that?
Oh, no,
Or
I
actually, better yet, he kind of like takes the bag of holding, and shoves it off his shoulder, and then
That
holds it
is-
over towards you.
good, but also not entirely what I asked.
What?
But I'm glad you thought of it.
What do you?
I wanted to know if you could magically lock this. And I point to the box once we put the sword in.
I could. I don't have. I know the magic you were talking of. I know the spell, but I don't have it. I know the magic you were speaking of, but it would take me some time to be able to understand the intricacies of that. I don't have it prepared, and I don't know the exact incantations.
That's
What?
fine. Something to look into.
What I could do is I could put a glyph on it that could keep it safe if anyone were to try to take it. Besides from us.
Also good.
That is the idea, but also blow both sides of the water.
Right. Well, here we go. I will try to move the sword.
Be very.
I just have the bag ready, okay?
I'm going to stay kind of away from the box.
I'm going to wave my hand in front of me and say Manus Spectris, and I will cast Mage Hand. And I'm going to
Ready
take.
to.
You guys see as this like magical spectral floating hand kind of appears in the air in front of him. It's sort of a light blue color, but it's slightly transparent. I'm going to float it over towards the handle of the sword, and the hand's going to grip it and start trying to pull it up out of the ground.
As soon as it grabs it and brings it out, it just dirt just crumples off and just collapses. And,
Okay.
you
Here
can
we
see
go.
like the red liquid just collapse, hit the
You got
ground.
this.
I'm gonna
The
move it
lights
around.
just go dark
Oh shit!
as you just slowly lower it into the box,
Bag. Well, the bag of holding.
the bag. You lower it into the bag
Put
and
the
close it.
put the thing in the box and put the box in the bag.
Yeah. After I lock it securely, very securely.
Super
the box.
secure.
Yeah, I actually. Do I have chains? I might have chains. I don't remember if I have chains. I do not have chains.
I have no boxes.
I was gonna wrap it in chains and then padlock it, but anyway, so I still padlock it securely, and then I shove it into the bag of holding, and it's like we need to go.
All right.
Okay, well, they did not collapse the plane on top of us, but still, we should probably get off the island as quick as we can. This was it.
Yeah.
We solved the mystery of the island. We can go now.
All right, time to go.
Probably.
All right.
You
we
know
need
what?
to go.
Fuck it. Sure.
Do I hear anything strange as we leave?
See Marcus
No,
standing
but-
on the silhouette. Hips carrying the bag.
Strange. Yes.
You look up in the sky, Lucia, and looks the same. Looks clear, normal. An unnormal island, of course.
All right, mate. Ready to go?
Yeah, I'm tired of this place.
Me too.
It's good news, mate. Dorm in the case. Marcus, come.
Yeah. Let me. All right, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do one last thing.
By the way,
I'll-
should
I'll meet
we?
you down there.
Marcus, you feel the anger and the intenseness and the ferocity just begin to slowly lift away. You kind of your eyes begin a little watery, and you start to rub them. And you feel normal now.
So, should we tell Marcus about this?
I would assume so. We need to tell everybody. I mean,
He might
solved.
try to.
we solved the mystery of the island as long as I'm concerned. I mean, I know that Silverlonius told us of a cave nearby, but I mean, should we perhaps go check it out, or should we leave?
We can discuss this back at port.
Yeah, let's get to the.
Well, I'll tell them of the news on the way.
Okay.
I'll wait for them to come over there.
It like slowly went away when you were looking over the field, but like, and as everybody started showing up, it went away.
Does he remember everything he's done since then?
Yeah, you remember everything. You just feel less intense for some odd reason. And you remember that you started acting like a soldier. You remember having this effectiveness of the soldier and everything, but then you kind of remember all that has happened as well.
I remember seeing.
Yes.
Starminica's coming.
I was going to grab some guns as a final thing. As a memento for Ginger. I don't know if there is anything, right? I just something handheld.
Yeah, you see he has 2 pistols on him that are decorated and his shotgun that is decorated as well.
Yeah, I would. Would it be possible to grab both the shotgun and just one of the pistols, so you at least have something on him when? Yeah. So yeah, I'll take those 2 and just hold on to them for now. And then you'll see him sort of give his final farewells to it, and then he'll walk himself back to the group.
As we leave, I open my alchemical kit, pull out one of my alchemist fires, not the grenades, one of the ones I made, and I toss it onto the house.
You pick it up and
Good
fire
riddance.
starts catching on the hut.
Gives a thumbs up.
You all start to hear more souls. Sounds like it would be souls wailing out within the sky.
Good thing? Maybe?
I suppose so. We need to keep moving and get back to the ship as quickly as we can to assess the situation. But I believe we have discovered the source of what was happening on the island: the storm, the rising of the dead, the madness, and overall shifting of the island at different locations. But like I said, we need to talk about it as we walk. I'm afraid that this plane could soon collapse.
Yes, just hold
It
on.
might collapse. We don't know. But
Could.
not chancing it, so let's go. I'll see if we run into Trixie on the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
I
And then he'll
will-
follow along.
I will
And
be a
I-
proper rogue and loot the hag's bodies.
I help.
Once we're all finished with that and stuff, we're walking back. I'm going to kind of explain the whole process of it to everybody, but I'm going to go into a little bit more detail for Marcus and Darminicus, and basically to explain to them about the Torog thing and how he and Ceratos could tie together, and how Ceratos was mentioned in this book that Lesia found, and how basically pretty much everything that we've learned so far. So, but in a sense, given them my theory that I think Ceratos and Torog are working together, and Ceratos gave he made this weapon or sword or whatever for Torog, and then gifted it to these hags to basically give them power over this domain, and that's what's causing this whole shit to happen. And removing the sword is basically lifting the curse that was on the island previously. and I, just all the information that we found out.
We are not.
By the morrow.
You see, as Nahon, you searched everything.
Mhm.
The only hag that had something here was that one up there. It had
Okay.
an obsidian stone. It kind of had little runes carved around it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Amari!
Yes?
I found a thing again!
What is it?
I'm joking, but seriously, come
Ah, goodness.
on.
What was it exactly? It was a stone with runes on it?
Yes.
Okay. Shit.
Are they abyssal again? I'll take a look.
They look to be abyssal.
Yep, I'll look. Since I was helping.
You just look at it and seems to be some sort of like illusionary cast or spell on it when you read it. Bless you.
Does its size and make even compare to the one that I have?
No.
Okay.
It's a little larger.
Oh, fuck.
Does it look like the hag made this?
It looks like it might be.
I don't think it's one of those. It looks like the hag created this.
Yeah. I suppose I'll just take it. Why not?
We could also just leave it there.
Yeah.
Comfortable with it.
I mean, I use necromancy stone. I'm okay with anything.
It's up to you.
Marius curse?
What? Sorry?
Is this little thing cursed?
It could be. I don't know. I would have to sit down with it for a moment. Perhaps we should take it though. It might be useful. It
Yeah.
has some magical properties to it.
10 minutes or my soul. Yeah. No difference.
Let's wait. He'll take the stone and put it inside the bag for now.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Looking like itching the lead.
How is eyes looking? Any more or less red?
They look less red and more clear.
Hey, Marcus, how are you feeling?
Right.
Yeah? Alright. Yeah, always.
And as you all trot your way through the jungle, making your way back to the Ishwood.
As we are, can I just sort of like yell out, like, Trixie, if you can hear me, go to the boat. As we're just trying to walk our way, I don't know if
Yeah, I'll kind of keep my ears out.
Yeah.
Trying to listen for it.
I'll kind of like scout a little bit in this direction away from the group, just making sure that I don't see Trixie.
You guys start looking. Start hearing. And Alessio with the 24 hearing and kind of 18 looking around. You look over past the mound a little bit as some fog clears. You see a tiefling body just like scattered on the swamp floor.
is she dead?
You see her to be mangled by what it seemed to be one of those sea hags.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
Not breathing. Like I watch her movements for a second, breathing.
No.
Thought as much.
Sorry, for context, Marcus, how are you carrying Trixie? I know with your arms,
I'm
but
just
like
holding her in
like
my
like
arm.
like a like a fireman carrier.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like, oh jeez. All right.
And then, as the fog of the swamp lifts away, you begin to hear heavenly choirs and sunlight beaming down upon Marcus. Sorry. Yeah.
We're probably too far out to go back.
How long did it take for us to find her, DM?
About 5 minutes.
Oh,
So we're pretty close.
Yeah.
Good just look there. I
I
guess
think they might want to be together.
yes. I
Don't
Okay.
know if it means anything. It might. Can I toss, before we left, can I toss the hags into the burning building? Bodies?
Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah, I do that. Just to be sure.
and
Do that.
sorry, we're just with burying Trixie. I'll just be doing the same sort of ritual again. So that'll be with that too. So you'll see him do the same actions as I did with Marcus.
Marcus actually.
As Dominicus performs the rites and you all stand by, Alessia moves the bodies, and the rites were performed. You all start making your way towards the Ishwood. And that is where we will end tonight's session, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And Karoon,
Touch
go
that
ahead.
dial.
Remember,
The outro.
Yeah.
he has planned.